Hello, my babies. Welcome back to another episode. It's your girl Majanae, aka MamMaJ, and you are listening to MamMaJism. This is season 2, episode 18 of Podsmas. And you know what? We're going to get right into it because I'm excited. I am so excited. So I decided we're going to do part 2 of the Christmas movie theories because they're just chef's kiss so good. But just wanted to remind you about the holiday challenge for this week, which is to reach out to a loved one. Have you done it yet? Who'd you call up? Did you call up your grandma, your uncle, a cousin? Wow, I forgot this was on my head. I have these antenna alien things on my head, to keep it festive or whatever. And I just felt this weight move on my head, and then I realized that's what it was. Sorry. I'm getting sidetracked a lot lately. Let me just drink some coffee. Hold up. Okay. So yeah, that's the holiday challenge for this week. So hopefully you do that. And I haven't mentioned it this week, but please know that you can still call in if you want. I would actually love to hear your thoughts on these theories that I've been giving you about these Christmas movies, because when I read them online, I was like, whoa, that's wild. I never thought of it like that. So let me know what you think, or let me know if you talked to a loved one. What was y'all talking about? What's your social security number? Okay, so moving on to the actual episode portion, right? So these are specific movie theories for the movie The Santa Claus. So if you have never watched that movie, spoiler alert, but also why not? No judgment, but why not? It's a solid movie, and there's 3 of them. I love the first one. It's on Disney Plus and a couple of other places. Probably on YouTube too. I think everything's on YouTube. And they play it on TV a lot if you have cable. I don't know. I know we're in the age of subscription services now, but whatever. Okay. So this first one is that the theory is, and let me also say that these are theories that I got from the internet. So in the show notes, I will be pasting the links of these theories that I got them from, because I do not steal people's content. Okay, I'm just sharing it with my people. So I had to put that out there. So if you do want to actually read more in depth these are actually short. They didn't really write too much. So, but if you want to see the source, it'll be in the show notes. Okay, so this one is that Bernard from the Santa Claus, who was the elf with the dread looking things. I think that was what his hair was, dreads or something. But the theory is that Bernard was the previous Santa's son. So to try not to confuse, I'm going to call the previous Santa X. And then the Santa that we grow to know and love, Tim Allen, his Santa, we're going to call him Santa Y. So Bernard was Santa X's, or is Santa X's son. And so this is a short but sweet Reddit post. Like I said, post that in the show notes for you. And they suspect that Bernard is a son of Santa X, the one who fell off the roof in the beginning of the movie. And the evidence being that Bernard had gifted Charlie that snow globe that allows Charlie to call his dad, Santa Y, whenever he needed him. How would Bernard get access to the snow globe that allows you to call on Santa unless he himself used it to call on his father, who used to be Santa? They also say that, he looks different from the other elves. All the other elves, they're children. They look like little kids, but he's the only elf that looks like a teenager. And if you're an elf, you're supposed to look like a child. So they're saying that that's because he's the product of being Santa's son. So he looks different because he's I don't know, half Santa in. I don't know if Santa has his own little race, but yeah. And then the last thing is that he was kind of grumpy and grouchy in the film. So they're thinking that's because he's, mourning the loss of his dead daddy, aka Santa X. So that's one theory. I was that's interesting. And he does seem to know a lot of information. I mean, most of the elves do, but he's kind of the ringleader. He's the one who kind of tells Santa why, what to do, and how to fulfill his role. And how would he know that unless he was super close to Santa? And he's super close because Santa was his pappy. Okay. And then the second, theory is that, now this is a fun one. This one can honestly be applied to any Santa movie ever, because all Santas, have the ability to go into people's houses and drop off gifts, right? So this theory, and this is for all my Potterheads out there, this theory is that Santa is an exiled wizard from Harry Potter, or from the Harry Potter world. Bear with me, okay? I'm just gonna list off how. So the way the Santa is able to get inside of a chimney, because he's supposed to be this fat man, right? How the hell can he fit down a chimney? Flue powder. The thing that you, and it's green, and then you, flue powder. And for the people who don't have chimneys in their homes, he just apparates inside. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Harry Potter terminology, to apparate is basically teleporting. So he teleports inside of the home if they don't have a chimney. And then if somebody happens to see him, he can just use the Obliviate spell, which wipes someone's mind, wipes their memory for like a brief period of time. And the only way that he's able to deliver gifts to everybody in the world in one night is because he is in possession of a time turner, which was introduced to us in Order of the Phoenix? Order of the Phoenix. No, Half-Blood Prince, I think. Oh my God, am I a fan? I don't know. Okay. So a time turner, which is basically, it allows you to turn time. So you can like go back in time, go forward in time, all that greatness. And so his Santa bag with all of the presents, I mean, it has to be a huge, huge, huge bag, right? Like you're literally giving gifts to all the children all over the world. So for his Santa bag, he uses the undetectable extension charm, which is something that we see in the movie, something that we see Hermione use in the later films of Harry Potter. And basically it's just like a never ending bag where it looks like just a small little or a regular sized bag. But once you go inside, you can pull out a whole fridge if you wanted to, which would make sense. If you're Santa and you have all these presents, you're going to have a never ending bag full of presents to give out to the children. So his Santa sleigh is actually a magical flying carriage, like the one that the Beauxbatons use, that one school. And then like the flying, they're not actually reindeer. They're like those one flying things whose names I can't remember. I should have done a little bit more research before I actually presented this to you. I'm so sorry. But yeah, basically the Santa sleigh is actually a magical flying carriage is the gist here. And they even believe that Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, that Rudolph is really a stag patronus that Santa uses at the head of his sleigh to ward off Dementors who are trying to steal, the joy from people on Christmas Eve night. So if you're unfamiliar with Harry Potter, Dementors are these like flesh-looking, black-hooded beings that fly around and try and suck the happiness and joy from your life. And the only way for you to get rid of them or to get them off of you is to cast this Patronus that is full of light and love and happy memories, because they feed off of your sadness or something like that. They feed off of something. But you use the light to cast them away. And so this is saying that Rudolph is really a Patronus that casts away all the Dementors so that they can't attack Santa and his happiness and all that. There's a couple more. Oh, and then the elves who are in, Santa's toy shop making all the toys. They're actually house elves, like our beloved Dobby. And yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then the reason that Santa is exiled, so the reason why we think that he's an exiled wizard from Harry Potter is because he broke Clause 73 of the International Statute of Wizarding Secrets by performing all of this magic so openly in front of millions of muggles. And for those of you who don't know what muggles are, those are people like us, or no, people who don't have magic. Because I have magic, baby. I'm a black woman. It's automatic for me. But Yeah, so that's what muggles mean in Harry Potter world. And yeah, I don't know. I just really loved this theory because I never thought about Santa being a wizard. Like, it makes so much sense because, like, if you're going to be going around flying all over the place, trying to drop off presents in one single night, not even a day, but a night, that's only like, what, 8 hours? That's a shift, you know? It's crazy. So, yeah, I really like that theory. That one was my favorite one by far. But let me know what you think. Like, I don't know. I was geeked out, but I'm also a Potterhead, so maybe that was why. But I thought it was pretty cool. So let me know what you think. Call in, leave a comment, leave something. I don't know. But thank you so much for tuning in. And Merry Christmas Eve to those who celebrate. I will see you tomorrow. And my shirt says, I just want to watch Christmas movies and bake things. I don't want to bake things, but I definitely want to watch some Christmas movies. Okay, until next time. Bye. Thank you for listening. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and follow all the socials at MamMaJism. That's MamMaJism. If you decide you want to financially support me, on my accounts you'll be able to find out how. Thanks in advance. Until we meet again, please be kind to one another. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you.